especially monitoring it. So let's go through this. On this trade, you buy a leap. Okay, great. Duh. So you saw I bought a leap on IWM. That's the index of the Russell. Okay, fantastic. About a 1 year leap I bought. I bought it in the money leap too. At the time it was 289, and the strike I chose was 230, and the delta on that was 0.85. All right, and for the JUCY trade, you're going to want a delta at least 0.85. I mean, I guess 0.8 is okay. No less than that for the most part. But that's kind of what you should go for. And you can see, like, a lot of people are against this because of the expense of the leaps. But again, 7,297 versus how much, right? You know, if you own shares at the current price, 29,000, I mean, forget it. $29,000 versus that. I mean, let's get real here. So it's just a way to leverage some money. All right, so let me try to explain this past week's trade. All right, so this past week, you know, again, when we open the trade, IWM, you know what? I got to zoom in. All right, so again, we opened this trade on July 9th. It expired Friday, all right? We actually closed it on the Friday too, or rolled it, I should say. But at the time, the stock price was $297.18. And at the close, the stock price actually went down to $294. But that's okay. And I'll show you in a second. So when we opened the trade, we chose a 291 strike. And we look, the intrinsic we received was 618. But again, we don't care about that because it's a wash on the covered call and the leap. This is what we care about, the extrinsic, 148. So again, when we closed it out, how much extrinsic did we keep? Well, we only paid 3 cents extrinsic, so we actually kept all of it, essentially, right? I mean, that's a pretty damn good chunk. Even the intrinsic, we kept 292. Again, however, we lost that 292 on the leap, so it doesn't matter. This is realized, though. This is realized gain versus on the leap, it's unrealized still. So in the end, look, remember, the intrinsic protection, we just didn't want it to go under 290, all right? Did it go under 290? No, it went down to 294, which obviously is above 290, so we're good, right? Since we went in the money, we have downside protection. The stock went down, the ETF went down, we are protected. We still made money. We made money on the extrinsic, and yeah, we made money on the intrinsic, but again, we're not counting that because we're offsetting that against the leap. All right. Now, if we look, where do I have? I'll just show you real quick on this tab here. Here's the summary. So again, the IWM for the week did go down 0.98%. So about 1%. It went down. But how much did the JUCY position overall move? Again, at the time we opened it, 7,101.50 was the value. When we closed it, 7,228.50. So the JUCY position actually went up 1.79%. We also generated $145 in extrinsic income, and that's approximately 106% annualized yield. So again, it just works, man. I don't know what else to say. It works. You could see, you know, what we got, 2, 4, we're 7 weeks in, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 7 weeks, the index went down, right? And every time it went down, we made money. We went up in price, right? We went up in value, because that's where the in the money covered calls kind of help. Again, the downside protection. And you could see how much it went down. It only went down, okay, about 0.6, 0.9, 0.9, 0.58. We're always going to have around the 2% protection. Because again, IWM, I have a little stat here. On a weekly basis, IWM moves up or down approximately 2.32% on average, okay? So as long as we protect ourselves in pink by that number, right? Last week we had 2.4. This week, though, we do not have that. We have 2.08, which is a little less, all right? But overall, with the extrinsic, of course, yes, total protection, we have enough. But, you know, looking at the JUCY test, it hasn't gone down over 1% so far in 7 weeks. So that's good. It's gone above 1%, you know, even 2%. But again, we'll see. We'll track it. We'll see how it goes. We want it to go up, to be honest. But if it goes down again, that's the point of this trade. If it goes down, we don't want to care. Like, oh no, IWM went down 0.98%. Please help me. Please save me. Again, that's why we went in the money. We protected our downside a little bit. All right. And that's the point of this trade. And let's look at this week's trade. All right. So yes, we rolled it. Execution date. That's wrong. Let me fix it. Okay. So again, we did a rolling order. Let me gray out this old one. If you are here live listening and I confused the hell out of you, please let me know. I won't redo it, but I'll just so I know, because again, explaining this it just seems, you know, too much sometimes. All right, so when I rolled the old position, IWM was at 294.26. This is the as at delta currently on the leap, 0.86. So the delta is still hanging in there, still looking pretty good. The value of the leap as well. Now, as far as the covered call, again, we know what our delta on the leap is. Now, the delta on the covered call, we want to keep around, you know, around the 0.76 range, no more than that. So we decided to do 0.74, which would give a net delta. Again, at the time of the trade, this net delta changes, you know, as soon as I execute it, it changes, right? It moves up and down all around. But either way, I chose a 0.74 delta. So net delta 0.12. This means the position will move up or down with the underlying for every dollar, 12 cents. All right. Now, the covered call, we made 667. However, we have to subtract out the intrinsic because, again, we don't count it. That's our downside protection. All right. And it's also, you know, whatever the stock does, the ETF does, up or down, you know, the covered call will go one way and the leap will go the other way and just offset with each other. But we will focus on the extrinsic. We did make $1.41, again, per share times 100, $141. All right. Is that good money? It's all right. You know, for the trade, it's good. I mean, for what you're getting, it's pretty damn good in my opinion. And don't forget, IWM is not even that volatile, right? The IV, which I'll show you in a sec, is kind of weak. So here's our protection for the week. I mean, let's hope we don't go down more than that, really. I mean, come on, man. We had a pretty ugly week. To be honest, I'm not concerned with this downside protection. I think that number should be enough because I feel like after this disgusting week, we should have some type of recovery, right? Maybe. But again, if not, hopefully we don't go down more than that. If we go down past this number, we do have, if we use the extrinsic premium, technically we have a full downside protection down to 2.63%, down to 286.51. So, all right, that's just FYI information. Now, let's take a look at the numbers. So how much did we make for this week? We made 141. We are risking 7,297. That is a 100% annualized gain. All right, 100% right here. See, Calm says it. So is that good? Yeah. I mean, that's the yield. That's how much you're making on your risk. Also, the covered call, since it expires on a weekly basis, this is realized. All right, it's realized income. What we have on the leap is unrealized. So if you look, the intrinsic, again, last week's trade, we made 292 on the intrinsic, but we lost 292 on the leap. So again, this is an offset to this all the time. We did make 526 on the new trade, but again, it's still open. It's not earned. So we'll see how it goes. And again, the wash will be over here. It'll be a complete offset. Now, if we go down here, you can see like out of pocket, we're actually up on intrinsic by 157. But again, we don't count it. It's just there for informational. Now, extrinsic, so far, we have made 1,259. I mean, that's pretty damn good, right? For just the extrinsic. So if we look over here, all right, I made this pretty little breakdown, all right? And I need to take a sip of coffee before. All right, so we have 48 weeks left for this trade. Because again, if we go to the beginning, our leap expires June 18th, 2027. All right, June 18th. Got about 11 months left. So, yeah, 48 weeks left. Our average extrinsic income so far is 157.37. Okay, great. So our estimated future extrinsic income is about 7,554. Again, with 48 weeks left, assuming we trade every week, which we probably won't. But again, because we'll probably close it 30 days early. But whatever. So our estimated extrinsic income, if you add the 7,554 with how much we made to date, 1,259, that is a total extrinsic income of possibly 8,813. All right. The leap cost us 7,297. So the extrinsic alone, again, after removing the leap expense, will bring in profit of 1,516. All right. That is a 20% profit. Okay. Look at the IV, by the way. I mentioned I was going to show this. The IV is only 19%. So we're yielding the IV, right? Kind of like YieldMax does, right? They yield the IV. So we're kind of yielding the IV, but we have downside protection. So 20%, that's just extrinsic. Now, what's this? Again, I didn't add this last week. The leap, if we go to the leap, I broke down here. This was the expense of the leap. There's an intrinsic expense, and there's an extrinsic expense on the leap. The intrinsic was 59.88. The extrinsic was 13.09. The extrinsic is going to go down, right? It's going to go down over time. That's one thing we know. The intrinsic, right? We hope to make that, right? We hope to make that back. We hope that value sticks. So to see this 59.88, I'm just going to say and assume that IWM, from where I bought the leap, it'll either stay flat or go up. So if it stays flat, I should get this money back, right? I should get this leap money back. Right now, you can see it's worth 63.86, which obviously, so it's gone up. But again, I'm not going to assume we're going to go up. I'm just going to assume we're going to stay flat from when I made the trade. So if we assume we stay flat, I should get back my intrinsic 59.88. Make sense? Good. So if we add the 59.88 to the estimated extrinsic total income we think we're going to make, that would be 14,801. All right. So ending profit, if we take out the expense of the leap, would be 7,504. Ending profit percent, 102%. Right? I mean, the math is mathing. The math is actually beautiful here. I don't know about you guys, but looking pretty good, right? Again, this is a freaking boring index. Look at the IV. This is disgusting. I would never touch an IV like this. But again, if we don't want too much movement, this is a perfect one to trade. I wish the IV was higher, to be honest, right? The Qs are a little higher. So when I can afford the Qs, I'm going to do the same trade. But right now, again, this is what I am expecting to make. And don't forget, if IWM goes up, right, over time, yeah, this intrinsic return is going to be greater. But you're also going to be losing money, right, on the covered call, right, on the intrinsic. But right now, so far, you could see the intrinsic, we're actually up 157. All right. Now, if we look here, the 157 positive, the intrinsic on the leap positive 398. So we'll see how these balance out over time, right? I expect this number to be negative over time, but we'll see how it goes. And then, of course, yeah, the extrinsic, we paid 1309. That's the cost of the leap, really. I mean, so it's now down to 1127. So yeah, this is going to just keep going down. There's nothing you could do about that. But when we sell the leap, yeah, we hope there's some extrinsic left, because then we can make some money off of it. And then, obviously, whatever intrinsic, is left. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know. I hope it does. If not, let me know. I feel like it makes sense. All right, what else? So we went through, yeah, so this is, I'm not going to go through that. That's just this repeating, just a summary. Yeah. All right, so that's JUCY, man. That's JUCY summarized up. If you have any questions, let me know. Now's the time. Health and Wealth is here. Good morning. Good morning. He's been MIA in the YouTube space for sure. But again, hope all is well. I know he's selling $1 million homes, so he's making that bank, bro. And maybe he's investing some of it. All right, we got the Hoop Scoop. What's up, the Hoop Scoop? What's going on? Howdy, howdy, howdy. Losing my voice already. But yeah, what do you guys think of the JUCY trade? Does it make sense? Is anyone else doing it? 2 months. Wow. Hey, you know what? It's probably a good break. It's good to take a break. Obviously, I'm, even you could do it like me. I'm once a week. It's not that bad, right? Give us like a once a week update of what's going on in the health and wealth industry, right? All right. Anyway, let's move on from JUCY. We do have some hoppers.